Hi, my name is Infinite Possibilities, and for this video I'm going to teach you in depth on how to do the Boneyard infected zone here at Eternal Meadows. In terms of difficulty, this is an intermediate level place and not beginner friendly. For myself, I average about 8.5 minutes, and the amount of fusion matter is about 15,000 per run. Inside of this infected zone, it drops these particular items. So the one that I'm currently wearing right now is the Thread Barre set, right here. It's a rare set, and this one right here is a faded ancestral one. Feel the power of your ancestors flow through your body when wearing this garb. Faded ancestral leg wraps. The ancient ones smile upon you when you wear these leg wraps into battle. Faded ancestral foot wraps. You will walk the path of generations past when you strap on these 30 shoes. And this is what this set looks like right here. And the next set would have to be the time-worn ancestral tunic, and pretty much have the same exact description. Time-worn ancestral leg wraps, and very similar names as well, time-worn ancestral foot wraps. And this is also a common set, so this is what it looks like right here. And the last one for the ancestral one would have to be the frayed ancestral set, which is, again, same exact description, also common. And this is what the set looks like right here. And the last one would have to be the Fusion Wraith set. So Fusion Wraith wings. These wings glow with mutating energy of fusion matter. Fusion Wraith head. This mask glows with the mutating energy of fusion matter. And it's pretty much the same description. Fusion Wraith shirt. Fusion Wraith pants. No Fusion Wraith set is complete without these fusion infused leggings. And finally, the Fusion Wraith shoes. These shoes glow with the mutating energy of fusion matter. And yeah, this is what this set looks like right here. And interestingly enough, it's kind of like a recolor of Dexter's guide item, which is the skeleton set given to you by Grimm. I'll just very quickly put this on to show you how much of a similarity this is. Let me just remove that mask. And yeah, this is very, very similar. Anyways, let me go put on back that Wraith set. In terms of qualification, I have done this place 79 times. Yes, 79 times. Honestly, if I really wanted to, this could have been a legendary racing results video. If you're interested in why I did so many, it's because of that Thread Barre cert that I showed you at the beginning of this video. Originally, I thought that the Wraith set would take the longest, however, it took me well over 70 plus attempts, more than 12 plus hours of constant racing to get the last piece, whereas in that time, I obtained 3 full Wraith sets as well as 5 other Wraith duplicates. Personally, for me, this cert was a definite pain, and I consider it as plus tier due to how long it took me, although it is worthless. I like to obtain items entirely by myself, as it definitely gives a sense of accomplishment instead of buying it from others. If you're interested in obtaining a Wraith set, it is currently the most valuable set in the game, costing around 600,000 taros at the time of this uploading. For myself, it took me about 25 attempts each on average. It personally takes me about 8.5 minutes per run. In other words, using only myself as a sample size, it takes about 3.5 hours for a complete set. Your results will significantly vary. The main reason why this set is incredibly valuable is because of how time-consuming it is to obtain. I'll explain why. During the 2018 Halloween event, all of these items were available. If you killed monsters around your level, you would obtain a Popping Crate, which has a great possibility of obtaining these ancestral sets. When the racing update occurred, these items became re-released, and thus their economic value became near worthless. The only exception to this would have to be the Wraith set, because although it was around the 2018 Halloween event, it was only available as a holo set. In other words, after the event, the Wraith set disappeared until the racing update happened. The main reason why this set is incredibly valuable is because the drop table has 12 economically worthless items and only 5 Wraith pieces. In fact, on the first week of the racing update, there was, interestingly, a glitch where it dropped the uncommon grindable Sentinel set, which gave another 3 more worthless pieces, thus causing the probability of obtaining the Wraith gear to increase, and thus its value. So that was the introduction of this video, and now I suppose it's time to begin the tutorial. Now for this place right here, I would definitely recommend you take out your gumballs. And for in-depth, I'm going to go teach you this infected zone 5 times. The 5th attempt, I'm going to be quiet. The first attempt, I'm going to show you the basic outline, and attempts 2 to 4, I'm going to show you some basic tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. So yeah, let's go put on these gumballs. It's highly recommended you use them. And let's begin. So this part right here, what you want to try and do is pretty straightforward. Go on that jump pad and take out your rock nano and just try and get these pods right here. Now, although it is my first time showing you this, don't feel overwhelmed. Again, I'm going to go show you how to do this 5 more times. So this part right here, what I generally would do is I would not wait for this rising platform, and what I would do is I would take out my jump and rocket nano and just get the pod like that instead of waiting for it, and it definitely saves you some time. So for this part right here, I would not recommend you take the zipline and just take out your run nano, alternate, you delete your jump nano, and then use your rocket nano to obtain these pods. Next step after that is take out your jump nano and go get that pod right here. After that, fall down here, and whoops, I was not paying attention to my rocket nano, and that's okay. That's something incredibly important, and even though I'm kind of a seasoned racer, I still occasionally forget my rocket nano. So for this part right here, it's kind of intimidating, and if you watched my Sandcastle Infected Zone video, I definitely do recommend you just try and wait for this part. Now there is a way to bypass this method, but since it's my first attempt, I don't want to overwhelm you with too much advanced information. Okay, so after that, collect those pods, and you're going to take the zipline right here, and interestingly enough, there's the same zipline also reverts you back to the place. And okay, let's use your Vilgax nano or your running nano. So for this part right here, it's kind of intimidating because you're going to use a cannon, but that's okay. Just click with your left mouse, and while you are doing that, you press the W key on your keyboard, and at the same time, right? At the same time that you press the W key to go up, also press the power bar. This will definitely take you a lot of practice, and this is something that I managed to learn after a long time. Now, after you collect this pod right here, generally what I would do is pick up my jump and rocket nano, so I don't have to completely walk like that. After that, collecting these two pods right there, that's going to be incredibly important because you're going to go fall down. Now for this part right here, pay attention, there's actually no pod right here, but there will be a pod in the future. Collect these pods right here, and after that, take this jump pad, there's going to be another pod right here, and again, this is really important. This is why you had to go skip those two pods, because you're going to go fall. This part right here looks kind of tricky, and it's kind of intimidating, but you're just kind of falling, and you have your rocket nano to assist you. So for this part right here, especially when a platform is not on your favorite, and when it's like all the way over there, what I want you to do is to kind of just jump at this position right here. And I want you to take out your jump nano and just use your rocket nano as well. Sometimes you can get that pod depending on the timing of the platform, but if the timing of the platform is not in your favor, that's okay, because you're going to go back and obtain it again. So this part right here is pretty straightforward. You can also use your rocket nano to obtain these pods, and especially, for example, when you're waiting. So here, let me go show you what I mean. So here you are, right? Oops. Okay, you're standing still. While you're standing still, you can use your rocket nano to obtain the pod, as well as go up the platform. Now, if you can remember what I stated with that other rising platform, there was no pod there, but there is going to be a pod right here. So that's major emphasis, because when I was doing this for the first time, first dozen attempts, I kept on forgetting about that. So this part right here, remember these 3 pods, and then after that, you're going to go fall yet again. So this is kind of like the scary part of this infected zone. There's going to be a lot of falling down, and it looks kind of intimidating at first, but again, like after my 10th attempt, I was finally able to have a complete understanding of this infected zone. So for this part right here, you can just take out your rocket nano and you can go skip that part, and then after that, you can just get these pods right here. And after you get those 3 pods, you can get that pod right here, fall down, and just do that. Okay, get these 2 pods right here. This part is pretty straightforward. You're falling down, you're going to collect these pods, and right here, collect this pod right here. Don't worry, these pumpkin monsters won't attack you. Remember right here, just doing this, you want to get the pod, you have to go jump, and then take out your jump nano, and then take out your rocket nano to go obtain this final pod right here. After that, kind of missed that, that's okay. And after that, just get this pod right here, and take out your jump nano. Once you get that pod, run nano, do this, and similar to the beginning, just take out your run nano, jump, and rocket right here, fall down, and then jump, run, and depending on the timing of the platform, you could just use your jump and rocket nano and do a double jump there, but since it's not in our favor, what I would do is I would get this pod right here, and then I would get this pod right here, and that's okay. And then I would take out my jump nano, do this, and then always massive emphasis here. A lot of the times on why I don't get a 5-star run is because I keep missing that pod right there. So for this part, again, you have to take the zipline and do that, timing on the platform. And once you get that, go on top of here, so you don't have to go wait for that platform. And I kind of messed up right there, but that's okay. So this part right here, even after so many attempts, after a dozen of attempts, I keep kind of messing up here. And so I guess since this is like my first time showing you this, I Yes, you can just probably, wait. However, you can just tap some faith and do this. Use your run, jump, and rocket nano to try and save that part. After that, remember to go get this pod right here. And this part is pretty simple. These platforms might make you fall, but that's okay. And just get these pods right here, and then use that jump pad to go carry you right here. And yeah, so for this part, you're unfortunately just gonna have to wait here. Now, you don't have to wait entirely. Just keep on jumping and jumping. That's what I normally do until you can find yourself that opportunity to finally, like right now, that's the opportunity. Okay. After that, just you're gonna have to go wait for this part. I do know that it is kind of possible to escape this. For example, you can go on top of this tree, but in my personal experience, it's actually better for you to just wait for the platform because, especially, there's a possibility that you might fall while climbing on that tree. And even if you do manage to successfully climb it, this platform may not arrive on time, and you still have to go wait for it. Okay, so for this part right here, if you can remember the first cannon, the moment you click, you press the W key and the space bar at the same time, and you press the D key to move slightly to the right. So this will take you a lot of practice. After that, you're gonna go fall here. You're gonna go collect these pods, take your rocket nano, and right here. Okay, so this part is incredibly super duper annoying. I actually made a report about this, and these green pods are here, these cabbage balls. So if you get hit by these things, you're kind of screwed because you're stuck. And if you're stuck, you're gonna have to go warp away. That's 20 seconds, and you're gonna have to go and come back to this place. So I'm not gonna go get hit right now. I'm just gonna try and show you the path. For this part right here, you can try taking the zipline, or you can just try and fall and have your rocket nano to go get through that last pod. And that ourselves is a 4-star run. It's about 15,000 fusion matter right there. Okay, so we have ourselves another fusion Wraith head. I don't know why, but for some reason, I was actually also talking with this with my other FusionFall friends. They tend to heavily obtain the Wraith head, and as well as the pants, whereas the shirts and the shoes and the wings, not much so. Alright, so that's the first attempt. If you're enjoying this tutorial right now, please leave a like. And, okay, we're going to do the second attempt. Something I do have to say is that between each attempt, I'm taking a break, so it's not being recorded immediately after. Okay, so put on our gumballs. And again, it's recommended you do this place with gumballs. Something that I noticed is takes you about 1,200 potions per infected zone run. And again, just pretty much the beginning part is pretty easy, and then just again, you don't want to wait for the platform, and so get that pod right there. Remember, something I forgot to mention is get this pod right here, and then after that, go get this pod, jump, and rocket. Okay, after you get this pod, you jump and run. After that, you go use the zipline, you fall down, use your rocket nano, and yeah. The main reason why I wanted you to go get that pod is so you can actually save yourself some time. So again, depending on the timing of the platform, you can actually do this part relatively smoothly. However, if it's not in your favor, okay, here's the advanced movement. And okay, now that wasn't the ideal way to do it, but it requires you to use double jumping. This part again is pretty relatively simple, and I do apologize if you think this is kind of difficult. I mean, I did do this place now like 80 times, so I definitely have that curse of knowledge. Again, after that, take out your running nano. Don't use your jump nano outside of this part right here. And again, use your spacebar as well as your W key to simultaneously to go move around this part. After you get this pod, jump nano, rocket nano, use the jump pad to carry you forward here. If you miss that, that's okay. You have a second chance of obtaining it, and it looks like the timing of the platform is definitely in our favor. Again, there's not going to be a pod up here, so again, another major emphasis. And after that, there will be a pod right here, though. There will be 2 pods right here. You can just jump and obtain them. After that, the kind of scary part is you're gonna go fall down, but you're gonna go get used to it. So this is what I do. Again, use your jump nano, and this is why I recommend using your gumball. Whoa, okay. I definitely missed that, but that's okay. You still have the opportunity to obtain that. And something to also remember is that you don't have to have a 5-star, 4-star run to obtain the item. All you need is to have a 3-star run. And what does that look like? It means for yourself you have like 95% of the points, I believe, somewhere around that range, as well as a pretty decent time. You know for a fact that if you have like 12 minutes, you'll still get yourself a crate, provided you have all of the pods. Now for this pod, again, it's pretty relatively simple. You're just using the jump pad and trying to go collect these pods right here. This pod will heavily use your rocket nano, and again, Yeah, alternate between your jump and rocket nano. Now for this part right here, there will be a pod. So what I would do is, I would just keep on jumping and jumping until I have the perfect opportunity to obtain it, like as I showed you right here. So this part right here, do it in that order. Looks like I kind of missed that, but that's okay. After that, the ordering of how you collect these pods don't really matter, so just do that. And after that, you fall off from kind of like that little mountain right there, and you just keep on falling. And again, here's another massive, super massive emphasis here. Now, again, I don't know, you could try and skip this part, but generally speaking, if you don't want to make yourself infuriated, I would recommend you just wait for the timing of the platform here, outside of this one, and then use your rocket and run nano to get onto the island and get that final one right there. Now, there have been times where I actually fell, and by falling, it actually happened when I tried to, try and skip that part, so I fell. And if you fall, that really sucks, so what you gotta do is you have to very, very, very quickly, before you die, use your jump and rocket nano, and, okay, that did not work. Okay, just come right here, and just go to this jump pad right here. You fall, and obviously that will definitely mess up your time. Let me go show you that again. That was not a good example. So I don't know. This actually happens quite a lot. I hate this when this happens. Like you actually fall, and you fall again when you try and get these pods right here. Yeah. So again, you fall, and for a way and for yourself to recover, don't do what I did right there. Don't do that. What you gotta do is you have to keep on swimming forward, and you have to go to this one right here. Okay, that was really close. You have to. Okay, I gotta wait for my health. You have to go either here, or you gotta go either here. Again, I got kind of lucky. Generally, I would go over here, but you can also go here as well. All right. So this is not following the traditional route because I did show you that I fell. So after again, here's cannon. You go up this house, and it doesn't really matter what order you get these pods. You get it right or left. It doesn't really matter. Again, I'm not teaching you an all-time path. I'm just teaching you a general route. Okay. This part, remember, you gotta go jump for that pod, otherwise you might not, no, you won't get it, you have to go jump. So there's this jump pad right here, always transition to your run nano, and then, you have to do this stuff right here. Always remember to go get this pod, you're gonna go get that pod later, and again, just fall down. Looks like I missed that pod right here. You don't have to take that zip line, jump, and look directly into that pod, because sometimes I tend to go miss that, and it's not fun. Again, timing of the platform was not in our favor, but again, let me just show you, if it is in our favor, this is what I would do. It's kind of like, you don't have to wait all the way to the bottom, so yeah, I would take that to my advantage and do exactly as you see right here. And that depends, again, on the timing of the platform. So for this part right here, again, you gotta go jump on here, and then use your jump nano and rocket nano to skip that platform. The platform is in our favor. Use your jump nano, so you have a longer jump. And right here, I want you to make your jump right here. Jump right here, because otherwise, if you jump like right here, you might not obtain it. Which I'll just show you that I obtained it. The timing is in our favor right here. If it is not on your favor, you can always just double jump. You're gonna have a lot of opportunity to double jump and alternating between your rocket nano. So this part right here, use second jump pad. Looks like I wasn't paying attention with my rocket nano. That's okay. Again, it's very difficult to race and teach at the same time. You're multitasking, and multitasking is not something that I excel at. This part right here, again, you don't have to go wait entirely. And I don't know why this happens, but like, especially like when your nano lags, right? And your Dexter nano doesn't get it on for you. Pretty obvious way for yourself to come back. You just climb up here. You're going to go get hurt, and just take these jump times again, and that's a way for yourself to recover. And you're just gonna have to go wait for this part. And again, sorry you collected the pod. I don't have to go do that. And again, you can always try. First, let's go get this one right here. You can always try to climb this tree and climb it like that. However, again, like I said in the first time, it doesn't really matter because oftentimes the platform is way above you. Okay, that wasn't good enough. So for this part right here, you're just gonna have to go wait like 80% of the way up, and there's gonna be 2 pods. So get these 2 pods, and W and space key. And this actually happened a few times where I was going a bit too fast, and I actually fell. And that's not a good luck. Again, you just have to go climb up that hill, use the jump pads again, and you're just gonna have to go use the cannon to go get you back. And kind of like right now. Alright, looks like I ran out of that. So again, W key, space key at the same time. So you're going to move. Okay, this part right here. We're kind of doing pretty bad for time. But since I might as well show you like what I mean by these things, these really evil cabbage things. You can get stuck here. Let me see if I can get stuck. Not like that, but. So let's try the one right here. It's usually like the one right here.
We must regroup.
Come on, I actually want to get stuck this time, man.
We must regroup.
Okay, so just pretend that I'm stuck, and what you gotta do is, unfortunately, if you're stuck here, and I contacted the developer Devin about this, there's a possibility in the future that these pods won't be here. But yeah, but this place right here is definitely annoying because it's the second last thing you have to do before the zipline part, before you submit your score. So if you get stuck, which is very unfortunate, what you're gonna have to go do, there's actually two ways. You can go left, or you can go the middle way. And I would generally recommend the middle way because you still have that opportunity for yourself to get those final pods. Because if you go left, you won't go to the cannon and you won't go back to this part. So remember this cannon right here. You're gonna have to do this, and you're gonna have to go shoot yourself up here. And it's the same spot, and it's the same spot because this tree is still here, and it's the same tree which you can use to skip the rising platform. Oh look, looks like it's in our favor. This is what I mean. Using the tree is definitely for people that are wanting to use themselves. So for this part right here, it's very important because you already collected those pods, right, on that island, and you already fell down, right? You already collected these pods right here. You already did that. Oops, kind of failed. And then and then when you do that, you have the chance to get the pods again. Hopefully you won't get hit a second time, and it's definitely incredibly annoying. So that's 128 pods. That was 14 minutes. So even if you have a 14-minute run, as long as you have all the pods, you'll still be able to go get the crate. Ooh, that's our Kurds nano, and here we have ourselves another one right here. Okay, let's go towards to attempt number 3. Again, use your gumballs. I might as well use the thread barre outfit right here. Really proud with this outfit, especially the shirt. It's, in my personal experience as a racer and as a grinder, the thread barre shirt is the hardest item I've ever attained. Alright, let's go. Let's start right there. Again, pretty straightforward. Actually, I would have something to kind of caution you is that if you take this jump pad, there's a possibility that you might fall, as you see right there. So just something to keep in mind. And that's if you don't have your gumball with you. Again, pretty straightforward. You're just gonna get these pods right here. Go use your jump nano, and you might get hit by this. Now, something that kind of happens with this particular infected zone is you might actually go inside of these what do they call it? Sarcophagus? These things. Let me just try and show you. Maybe I can purposely get stuck. No, but you'll get stuck there, and hopefully I can get stuck again. But if you get stuck, what you have to go do is, unfortunately, you're just going to have to go wait. And there's a possibility that you might fall. Now, it's not for that particular area as well. It also happens with these other cases as well. Looks like I kind of forgot about this pod. That's okay, because honestly, after dozens and dozens of attempts with this infected zone, I still keep forgetting about that pod. Okay. Oops. And I keep kind of messing up around here as well. So, okay, this is what I mean by, like, advanced. Right here. You use these walls to wait, and okay, that's kind of like a fail, but let me go show you again. This is important. If you want to go get yourself a better score, this is mandatory for yourself to learn. It definitely requires some risk, and if you fail, so you jump here with your jump nano, and use your rocket nano. I'm going to show you this again a third time, because that was a bit too easy. So with your, right here, right? And as it's falling, that's one way. It's definitely going to take you a lot of attempts. Like, kind of made it look easy, but it's definitely not easy. It took me, dozens of practice to go do that. That part requires you to use your jumping nano and your rocket nano. This part, again, you don't have to take out your jump nano. What I mean by that is, again, because like, you don't have to do this. Because you don't have to take out your jump nano. because your run nano will be able to suffice. Again, W key, space key at the same time. And something that I noticed is sometimes like when I was learning this for the first time, I would have trouble collecting this pod. However, like when you land, you can just press the space bar and kind of like move to the left, and oftentimes you can go get that pod. It's right here. Looks like it's in our favor. That's great. Again, there's not going to be pod up here. Let's do this. And then fall down. Again, I guess, I believe the first time when I was doing this infected zone, I was definitely intimidated with falling down. However, it's not that intimidating. And it's easier, kind of not in our favor, but that's okay. You can just fall down and obtain it later. Remember that pod right there? I guess another main reason why people don't get 128 pods would be this pod right here on the bottom. This part, again, heavily relies with your rocket nano. And you see what I'm doing here, right? Here, let me go hopefully show you again with this one right here. So I get this pod right here. I press like S key to move to the right on my keyboard, and then use my and move forward. I guess after this infected zone tutorial, I'm going to do the Courage Nano mission. And fun fact, I'm still doing that little personal challenge for myself where I'm trying to race from level 1 to level 36 without doing a single mission, and I still have not done a single mission. Okay, but I'll talk about that in a bit. So as you fall here, again, take out your rocket nano. I guess in some way I might as well very briefly talk about it. So, completed nano mission. I haven't done a single mission. Technically, I'd even do like a world mission there because there's an option for yourself to go skip the tutorial. And I have a tutorial for that as well. Again, run and rocket for that part, and go get these pods right here. And honestly, I'm generally kind of surprised on how people can get these all-time scores, because again, I've been this place so many times. Yeah, the all-time scores, they're definitely way below like my personal best, which is like 8 minutes and 10 seconds, I believe. The all-time score, or the all-time time around the time of this uploading, say that pretty fast, is like 6 minutes. Is 6 minutes long. Whereas my average time, and not my personal best, is 8.5 minutes long. So it's definitely insane on how great these players are. And again, I would have to go credit Cherry Lime for teaching me this infected zone path. Cherry did not directly one-on-one teach me this. I watched his videos on his YouTube channel. So again, this part is pretty simple. So it looks like this is not in our favor, and let me just go show you again one more time. So if it is in our favor, you would just do this, and do that, and go get that pot right here, and get this pot right here as well with your rocket nano as a insurance. I missed that one right there, that's okay. And do not take the zip line. A little kind of fun thing that I like to go do is jumping off here. And each attempt I try and challenge myself. For this part, again, I kind of have this emphasis where you can just wait. However, again, once you're feeling a lot more comfortable with this place, you can skip that part entirely. For this part, platform is kind of in my favor. Yeah, definitely is in my favor. You can always double jump and take out your rocket nano for that moving platform part. And it looks like I was not paying attention, and I was not paying attention to my rocket nano. That's okay, because at least for this part, you don't need your rocket nano. And thankfully, your rocket nanos charge up very fast. Okay, 1 third attempt, 4th attempt. Oh! Okay, I was not really paying attention. So I guess for the 3rd attempt, I'm going to wear this one. No, my 4th attempt, I'm going to wear this one. And my 5th attempt, I'm going to wear this one. I should have worn the thread barrier one for my last attempt, because again, I'm really proud that I got this thread bar racer. And man, let me just tell you, it was definitely a pain. So I don't know, it took me 4 hours to get my... It took me like 3.5 hours for myself to go get my first Wraith set. I even live streamed it, but that was like 7 hours. But then again, that was followed by breaks and myself doing those animations. But yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward for the future of racing. Okay, go take this cannon, W space key, and if you fall, again, just remember to take those jump pads at the very far end, and unfortunately, you're going to have to take it again. You're gonna fall here. Whoops. You're gonna fall here, and get these pods right here. And again, you have to have super duper duper caution right here, because these cabbage balls, which I like to go call them, if they hit you, you're gonna have to go warp away, and that's going to cost you time. Like if they touch you, well, they're touching me right now. Okay, I can't replicate it for some reason, but hopefully through the power of video editing, I'm gonna show you what I mean. And again, if you have that, sometimes you might miss that pod right here. So what you have to go do, miss that very last pod, is you gotta use your jump nano and your rocket nano to go obtain it. Okay, and that was a 4-star run at 11 minutes and 40 seconds. All right, and we have ourselves another pair of these. Okay.
My work is done. Stand by.
Okay, so here is to our 4th attempt, and remember, on our 5th attempt, I'm going to be quiet, just to go show you myself doing the path. Let's just wear the faded ancestral tunic, one right here. Kind of reminds me of like candy themed. Alright, so put on our gumballs. It's definitely recommended you put on gumballs right here.
The galaxy is mine.
Clean up this area. Until next time.
The galaxy is mine. Light speed.
Good luck.
Hopefully you've understood this part right now, and honestly, this has to happen a few times. You fall. So one way is to just go on here, or just use your use your jump and rocket nano to go get it. Get this one right here. And again, sometimes you might get stuck with this. I haven't gotten stuck yet, but it happens sometimes. It doesn't happen every like 5 attempts, but it happens, I don't know, like every like 10, 15 attempts. Again, yeah, remember to go get this pod right here. Get that pod. I keep forgetting this pod, but it is very important. Whoops, I fell. That's not good.
The galaxy is mine. Make haste. The galaxy is mine. Make haste. We're through. The galaxy is mine. Light speed. The galaxy is mine. Build gas. Build gas. Make haste.
Alright, so here's like that advanced technique. Okay, here's a perfect example right there. As you can see, he uses double jumping and rocket. Now, if you feel that's a bit too intimidating, and I can definitely understand, because even for so many attempts, I kind of still occasionally fail. So if you want to be safe, just wait for the platform, and you can move along. Again, this is not a all-time path tutorial. Again, once you get more comfortable with the cannon, you can just move around, very easily. Once you get that pod, move this pod right here. It looks like the platform right here is definitely in our favor. So something unique when it comes to all-time scores is that you're definitely going to have. It also takes not only skill. Skill is definitely involved for an all-time score. However, another thing that you need would have to be timing of the platform. Now, I suppose the main reason why I have not obtained an all-time score yet, despite so many attempts, is because I don't really care about all-time scores. It looks like it's just in our favor right here. Because they're always, changing. They're always changing, and I'm just primarily interested in obtaining the items themselves, as well as, teaching to my YouTube audience on how to obtain the gear here. Okay. I do definitely love helping out people. Definitely is very rewarding. You can probably, so there's a technique called alt jumping, and it involves pressing the alt key as well as the spacebar at the same time, and as a result, it allows you to go jump faster. Now, alt jumping is something that individuals use for all-time scores. For myself, again, I'm not interested in all-time scores, so it definitely is very convenient if you want to do that, because the main reason why alt jumping is incredibly useful is because you can actually avoid several platforms. You don't have to wait all the way up. But alt jumping is definitely very tricky, and it's just something that you can't master in one go. It definitely takes you, it's something that require a lot of attempts. And yeah, the way you collect these pods doesn't really matter. And I guess let me go show you one more time in case you fall, because this is another heavy emphasis, because this happened to me so many times, and I want to make sure you know how to properly recover. So again, you can just go up here, and yeah, that's the way. There we go. That's how I can explain it. The moment you see this gap, you climb up there, use your jump and rocket nano to recover. And then let's just continue on as per normal. Remember, again, if you don't jump, you're not gonna go get this pod. But again, let's just go back into the topic of all-time scores. So even though I know my personal path very well, for example, just going back into Cherry Lime, who taught me how to do this route, I memorized 85% on how to do this. Now the last 15% would have to be all those very subtle things that you have to do. So that's, for example, alt jumping, as well as being able to determine when you need to jump, how you can skip that particular part. Okay, let's go get these pods right here. Yeah, so there is a degree of luck to all-time scores, but it's very largely skill-based. Okay, and this is kind of look in our favor right here, so we don't have to go do that. Okay, my Vilgax Nano. Okay, you can take out your jump Nano here, but again, okay, let me go teach you when is the appropriate moment to go do that. And the most appropriate moment is, as you can see right now. Then you use your jump Nano. That's the way how to properly do that. Because if you do it prematurely, you're very likely going to fall. So let me go show you that again. This is already my 4th attempt, and I want to make sure that you understand this at a proficient level. So again, you don't do this. Okay, don't do this. It's too far away. And you're okay. Okay, I would fall, but alright. Use your jump. Use your rocket Nano. Okay, whoops. But just remember, you gotta have that intuition and that practice to know and be aware that it's gonna take you a while to be able to predict if you can go skip that part. Again, for this part, on the second jump pad, rocket right here, and just do this. Now, in terms of grinding this infected zone, something that I recently learned would have to be, if you don't want to do 8.5-minute runs, and you want to save yourself a minute or even 2 minutes of your time, you can try and get yourself 3-star runs. And what that does is that even though if you have a 3-star run, you still have the same odds of obtaining, ultra rare gear compared to someone who has a 5-star run. Okay. So you can probably skip this part. No, you can't. And I ran out of my rocket. Well, okay, that's okay though. Alright. So I guess the most difficult part for this infected zone, at least for myself, would definitely have to be, falling down, kind of as you're seeing right now. This part right here, as well as that part right there, as well as that part where I tried to explain. Those are the 3 most difficult parts. This part, this part, and also yourself just falling down. And as right now, on the most difficult part would be these pods right here, because you might get hit. Okay, and let's just go fall down. And again, if you miss this pod right here, that's going to be okay. Just do that. Now, let me just talk to you about this one more time. Just pretend that I got stuck by one of these cabbage balls. Just pretend for a moment, okay? Because this is going to be my last time I'm going to go explain this really important part. So if you get hit by those cabbage balls, and assuming that they're still here in the future, you warp away, and unfortunately that's going to cost you 20 seconds of your time. What you want to do is go to the middle path, and just keep on going forward, and you want to go to that cannon. Okay, and then go all the way up and use maximum power. And again, you can always just try waiting for the platform. So something that I learned is that you don't have to use your rocket Nano there. You can just climb that tree with just your jump Nano. So again, you don't have to go face it this way because you already collected those pods, right? So just face it around right here, and again, maximum power. And what you gotta do is that you're gonna go fall right here. And it looks like I kind of screwed up. But yeah, you would fall around there, and then you would have your second chance to obtain these pods, as well as these 2 pods, which I've already collected. So that was a 3-star run with 12 minutes and 26 seconds. Okay. And then we have ourselves these shoes again. Well, so something that was kind of interesting, especially when I was doing this when I was trying to collect these items, is that these Fred Barre pants and shoes. I got so many of these, and it just kept on tempting me because it couldn't give me this shirt. Anyways, we're gonna do our last attempt.
Hello. Camera transport.
Okay, so this is going to be our last attempt, our 5th attempt, and for this one I'm just going to go where the time-worn ancestral set, and I'm going to play some music. I hope you enjoy the music, and yeah, let's go get started. Absolutely, wow. Not only did I beat my personal best, I actually made it sub 8 minutes. That's incredible. Wow. So that's 15,367 Fusion Matter score of 59,230. Still not good enough for all time, I think. Let's go check right now. Taking a while. Looks like, oh, nope. And yeah, we're kind of almost there, 59,230, 59,900. No, we're not close enough. All right. I guess if I keep on practicing, then I'll be able to do this place. But okay, what's inside? I beat my PR. I'm really happy about that. And got ourselves this. So 79 plus 5. That's 84 attempts, I believe. So that was a lot of fun. That went very well. So again, if you enjoyed this video, if you found this helpful, please leave a like, please subscribe, hit that bell notification, check out the Discord server and the Universal Item Guide. The links are inside of the description as well as in the comments. This is Infinite Possibilities, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.